Now that I'm level 19, I should maybe
Good is a gun that doesn't shoot where you point. Get a gun that's as accurate as you are.
try to get my mitts on
The Lance are the best armed mercs out there. You need something better. Who needs
some
a
level
real
19
doctor when
gear.
you got my machines and their scary needles.
Which would be Torg, Atlas, and Vladoff. Yeah, I'll stash that there. I rarely, if ever, play as mage style characters in games like this. I'm not really an RPG guy, but of course this isn't RPG, this is RPS. Siren equals mage archetype. Magic best be let alone, I say. Kudos if you get that reference. Most of you probably won't because it's a reference to an obscure early 90s game from the early 90s that I had on Turbo Duo. Who remembers a Turbo Duo? TurboGrafx 16 with the TurboGrafx Super CD built in. Shapeshifter.
You're from off planet. You smell oddly. More parts! I must have more parts!
Doesn't have to be all level 19 gear. But I won't accept lower than 15. Anything else gets sold. See, level 5. Why? Oh yeah, and this shotgun, it looks almost exactly like one that I found on my Rigby character, one of my other Mordys. I think it's even parted the same way. The other one, it had a Type 5 barrel just like this.
Cheap, reliable, lightweight, and
It had a scope like this
incredibly
one.
fast reload speeds. TDR makes an easy-to-use gun.
This time I think I will hold on to that.
Don't let the lads get the upper hand. Get a better gun. He's a real doctor when you got my machines in there, scary things.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. Same barrel, same scope. Don't know about the body type. I don't remember it having a blade. I think it...
Do these teeth make my gums look fat?
Silly. You silly. And recoil mitigator, stabilizer. I don't remember. It might have been exactly the same as this. Purple label and everything. Level 15. But found in a different location. Oh. Hey, that's right. That the shop down in the fruit cellar of that one shack. You can sometimes get level 19 guns from that vending machine. Got psoriasis on my leg and it's itching like crazy. It's on my right thigh. I'm sure you want to hear all about that. Don't worry, I'll spare you.
If you find that your gun just doesn't hold enough bullets, then SS has the solution. More bullets. Want to make SS guns have expanded magazines? I've got all kinds.
I missed that shot because I still find scopes on shotguns to be confusing. This is the best type of scope to have on a shotgun.
Look at you roll.
Time for a nice relaxing drive.
Serendipity-doo! I just felt like saying that out of nowhere for no reason. I'm so in. Ideal shotgun for a ranger build. I probably already mentioned that. Can't reiterate enough though.
400% more awesome. Also, torque doesn't make the guns out of freaking wood.
I'm not going to buy either of these, but if I did, it would be a tough call. I would consider these to be about evenly matched. I'd probably go with this one. Even though I love blades.
So many to choose from.
I don't like two-shooters, but I love mashers. Gotta get some use out of it.
Hyperion asks, what good is a gun that doesn't shoot where you point? Get a gun that's as accurate as you are.
I don't like two-shooters because they don't make practical sense. 3 should be the bare minimum number of chambers on a revolving cylinder. And that should be true for revolvers, combat shotguns, and revolving sniper rifles alike. Excellent gunslinger weapon. Aside from it being a two-shooter. Ha 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 ha! Of course, I had to miss that and make myself look stupid. Is it redundant to carry both a masher and a shotgun? Well, not necessarily. Oh, wait. What am I doing? I left my car over here. Hoping to find a level 16 doll masher. No scope with a Type 2 barrel or better. Good combination of weapons. You're able to dodge your shot in such a way that is just not the least bit feasible or plausible. Such an excellent pair of purples I've got. The Hawkeye and this Jack Death. Hey, another exploding. Once again, burst fire on a rocket launcher. What's the point? Impractical. Let's at least see how it compares. Alright, so I think this is a Type 4 scope and this is a Type 5. Swap the scopes on them.
Teach those last guys a thing or two about firepower. First aid kit. You won't regret it.
Am I equipped appropriately to deal with this situation? Also, since I have this revolver, do I still need this SMG? Well, yeah. Typically, I prefer to have all my elementals mixed up as much as possible for maximum variety.
Who needs a real doctor when you got my machines and their scary needles?
Sell that. What is it? 8 total? I think I bought 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Should be more than I need. As much fun as this Hawkeye is to use, it's not optimized for close range combat. And we've got Electric. Let's see how it goes. Sprint. Move. Oh, already you're jacking me over. That's something they improved upon in Borderlands 2. No longer do you get arbitrarily stuck in place for no apparent reason. Give me the cash. I could stand to break out Bloodwing. Those fire stacks. Can't dodge their attacks effectively enough. I want to save Bloodwing for Sprint! Oh! Again! Again! I can't believe you're doing it to me again! Really? Ugh! All right. Well, who knows? I don't like firing hip shots. It's a 3-shooter. That's not going to be exactly ideal. Now let's see what happens. There we go.
Not bad.
I don't know what that I don't know what causes that getting stuck in place thing, but it always seems to happen at the worst possible time. That's pretty good. Let's see how that compares to the other. As expected.
Atlas spares no expense in making guns that excel in every area.
That's pretty nifty. New toy! Next time you watch RoboCop, you'll know where I got that from. Once. TDR revolvers are terrible with Type 2 barrels unless they're mashers. 86.4, that's too inaccurate for a revolver. This is tempting. But it's a low capacity 2-shooter with an odd number capacity. And as I've mentioned before, that just doesn't make sense. That's all that's left to do now. Let's see if I luck out and score a class mod. On one of my brick builds, I did. And I think it was Blastmaster. Should I search that chest over there? Or the one over there first? I will do this one. Three racks, 2 shots. Dig it. Or wait, the plural of rack is rack. You know what I mean.
Get your ass gone! Strip the flesh! So
What made me miss?
We cook ya? What are you? I got what I've been saving for ya. That hurt?
The Red Death.
What, you like that?
Did you ever read Mask of the Red Death? I think I read that in high school, maybe middle school.
Satisfaction abounds.
Excellent. Yes. First class mod found is Ranger. I can work with that. I know it's a 22. It won't be that long before I can use it. Where did I leave my car? Somewhere over there. That's right. Ranger style. I prefer Ranger class mods. I mean, I'll accept this one as is. But my favorite features for a Ranger class mod, pretty much anything that boosts critical hit damage. There'll be stuff to do over there later. Bathe in the meat chunks. Uh-huh. think what's going on is, you know, there's the view bob issue, the view sway, or, yeah, view bob. Because it is a handgun. And it makes sense to that you get more bobbing and swaying with a handgun than with a long gun. An ideal combination of weapons for destroying sledge to death is an electric Malawan revolver and a dull stomper. Stompers fire relatively slow-moving bullets. I keep forgetting where I parked. Oh well, I will go spawn a new car. There's a technique I sometimes use in any Borderlands game. I spawn 2 vehicles. And I'll park one of them at a strategic location where I know I need to turn in a mission or something. Then I'll go and complete that mission. Then go to the nearest catch a ride and teleport back to that other vehicle. So I don't have to spend so much time on foot. Actually, yeah. So I use one as a vehicle for expected purposes, and the other as sort of a teleport beacon.
You weren't using a Jacobs.
What's the resale value on this? Pretty good. 5 figures. Might as well hang on to that. Actually, since I already know that there are shops right before Sledge, and since I have Riotous Remedy, I should be able to rely on Riotous Remedy. Up until that point. First,
needs a real doctor when you got my machines and their scary needles.
Just out of curiosity. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but you know how bandits supposedly put S&S out of business on Pandora? Because of the whole high capacity thing. Well, S&S didn't focus entirely on high capacity. Their guns also have balanced stats.
The S&S philosophy is tank plus ammo capacity equals I win.
Oh. 0.7 fire rate. Not good enough.
You can't ever be too rich, too good looking, or too well armed.
36. 36 seconds. I caught a glimpse of that number, 36. And it reminded me I'm going to turn 36 in about a month and a half. That means I'll be on the 40 side of 30. Oh, I just missed it.
Dahl makes guns for professional mercs. They're heavy, accurate, and effective. Assuming you're strong enough to hold one, in a world of no guarantees, you can always count on Marcus. If you need healing, step right up.
I would like to find either what am I thinking of? Yeah, I'll either a level 16 Pangolin shield or a level 19 Torg. We'll need an electric for fighting a sledge. Here I've got two electrics, revolver and grenades. A pounder isn't poundy enough with that damage. A stomper would be excellent. Two blue, two red. Strawberry and blueberry. When I use a combination of Atlas and Torg, I call it salt and pepper. Could also call it whipped cream and black licorice. When I use S&S and Hyperion, it's ketchup and mustard. Obviously, Hyperion is the ketchup. I guess flat off is barbecue sauce. What would Dahl be? Since they've got all the different camo patterns. Oh no, look at that. It does that thing it does. Where it's actually 15, but it says it's something else. But not this. Even though it's the same make. And this one does that too. Time for some more adventuring. Oh, I also wanted to talk about this. Electric rubberized. It's kind of a contradiction because rubber insulates electricity. Oh, here's something that I didn't point out before. A typo. I used to proofread Yellow Page ads for a living back in the early 2000s.
And honestly, what else do you need?
Good accuracy for a Type 2 barrel, characteristic of Atlas shotguns. And also Jacobs. A Hyperion would have an accuracy of about 50 something with a Type 2 barrel. 0.6 fire rate though, no. Harpoon. But it has a scope. I don't like scopes on rocket launchers.
You won't find fighter gear anywhere on the planet. First aid kit. You won't regret it.
The gear I've got is good for the mission at hand. But I want everything to be really optimized. I'm interested in only stuff that's levels 15, 16, or 19. There is no 18 or 17. No, 17 or 18. Equipment I'm interested in. Stupid throat. Quit being dry.
What do you need, an invitation? Come here.
Maybe it's my lungs. Anyway. Equipment I'm interested in. Level 19, green label or better, Torg shield. Or level 16, green label or better, Pangolin shield. Next Anson shield will be available at level 22. Oh. Disappearing sights. See? I did a two-part series on unconventional character builds where I pointed this out. Why does the sight disappear? This doesn't appear, the sight does not disappear when it's on a repeater. It only disappears when it's on a machine pistol. And this machine pistol is otherwise awesome. Blade and everything. No low capacity, but ultra accuracy. As per typical for a Hyperion.
And you too can see what it feels like to hold the power of the gods in your hands.
Almost tempting. Had at least a Type 3 barrel. This is actually fairly decent, but still the low capacity. No matter which character you're playing, obviously Roland is going to get the most use out of it, but
Only by the best. If the vault is real, you'll be able to afford it.
a good dull combat rifle with an 18-round mag. Handy for anyone.
Step right up.
And it has my favorite sight, the Type 2.
What do you need, an invitation? Come here!
A good weapon combo for destroying sleds to death is your choice of electric shield breaker. My choice is typically level 15 Playthru-1 revolver. Level 15 as per Playthru-1, obviously. Any sort of electric grenades. Let's see. Torg Merv. Playthru-1 Contact. Penguin rubberized are great. Anyway, you want to take that and combine it with pretty much any hard-hitting weapon. I did it once with a Dahl Stomper. Stompers fire relatively slow bullets, but they hit hard. They do damage comparable to, I think, pretty close to a pounder per shot, but they fire tri-bursts, and their one and only handicap is the slow bullets.
Iron Atlas, and you too can see what it feels like to hold the power of the gods in your hands. If you want to get to the ball first, you're gonna need to eliminate the competition.
Oh, come on, let's get down. Come on, everybody. Check me out. I'm dancing. I'm dancing.
My hands are cold. That's my excuse. It's cold here in Northeast Indiana, and all my equipment is set up in my former roommate's basement.
Let's get you rolling.
Let's get our feet out of the dust.
That's what I want to see. Who'd want a dinky 12-round mag in a combat rifle that always fires tri-bursts? First of all, no one would ever... I can't remember if I've explained this before in this series. I don't make it a point to make mental notes of things like that. But I've explained it before in previous series. Not necessarily Let's Plays, just series. Oh, that would have been awesome. What was I saying? Oh yeah. You see it all the time in video games. Rifles that fire only tri-bursts. No one would ever design anything like that, ever. At least not anyone who knew what they were doing. Even if there's no option to fire full auto, you would always have the option to fire semi-auto. Never would such a rifle, tri-burst only rifle, be supplied with a 12-round mag. That's just not combat worthy. It's a combat rifle. It wouldn't be called that if that wasn't its purpose, its intended purpose. I know that the reasoning behind it is most likely to show favoritism toward Roland in its usefulness, because he can override that with all of his various capacity boosting perks and whatnot. I know I need to get more use out of Bloodwing. He's a bird of prey. He wants to. He is a he in this one. Oh yeah, you know the thing where you know how in Borderlands 2 in Borderlands 2, after you are forced to defeat Bloodwing to death, or you know what I mean, you don't defeat Bloodwing to death. She gets deathed by Jack. Huh, deathed by Jack. I didn't even intend that to be a Trancers reference.
You like that?
After you get back to Crimson Raiders HQ, Roland and Lilith are talking about, reminiscing about Mordy and Bloodwing. And they talk about how Bloodwing was just circling over the enemies and wouldn't dive in for the kill unless Shahi knew Mordy was watching. Because Shahi wanted to impress Mordy.
Cheap, reliable, lightweight, and incredibly fast reload speeds. TDR makes an easy-to-use gun.
You see that? 357. The time was 3:57 and there were 2 revolvers being shown. I didn't even intend that. Oh, I didn't notice that until looking at it just now, level 24. Anyway,
If you need healing, step right up.
that's not just an arbitrary line of dialogue.
Bullets for your favorite gun? Sounds like you need a storage digger.
It's a reference to something that actually happens on a semi-regular basis in Borderlands 1. Bloodwing's AI is, I don't know, I guess, my guess is that the AI's targeting system is based on the player's own sight. So Bloodwing, if you're not watching, let's see if I can demonstrate.
That's my boy.
Well, I was facing the opposite way, and Bloodwing still made the hit, and was referred to as my boy. So although I didn't prove the point there, whatevs. Anyway, that's how they came up with that line of dialogue. Which is clever, actually. They took something which is, it's not really a flaw in the programming, it's just what it is. But they cleverly wrote it into the story. This time
If you're on a budget, TDR is always the way to go.
I was not expecting to find this. Oh, what am I to do? Definitely going to buy it. I'm not going to abandon this Hyperion gun just yet. Because really, this Atlas only has two things with it. Power and one extra round capacity. I'd be a fool to pass that up. Oh. See, I have this Hawkeye, and I want to get use out of it. And I know I'm going to need an electric gun that's good at close range. You know what? I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You only live once.
Want to shoot a lot of bullets really fast? Vladov has your needs covered.
Matador. I might have mentioned this before, but the only Matadors I like are the ones that are made by Jacobs or Atlas. I wasn't really impressed with this. If I'm going to use a Matador, their handicap is a broad spread, which is not, it's a handicap to me. Might not be a handicap to you. You know, to each their own. Maybe you prefer a broad spread. That's fine. I like a tight pattern. My thoughts trailed off there. If I was talking about something, I forget what it was. Oh well. Oh yeah, now I remember what I was about to say. If I wasn't LPing, I would go back to Underdome and stash my Hyperion shotgun in my Underdome bank. And get some use out of this Atlas. Because after all, it's a new toy! Kudos if you knew that was a RoboCop reference.
Don't let the lads get the upper hand. Get a better gun today.
Contact grenades don't really have anything over rubberized grenades, because a rubberized grenade by the standards of Borderlands 1, a pangolin rubberized grenade will do everything a contact grenade will do because it explodes on contact, but also has the added benefit of being able to rebound off walls. Whereas in Borderlands 2, rubberized grenades are basically useless.
That hurt? Time to pound some meat puppet!
Ha! You see the way that psycho was strutting? That has got to be an homage to Screw Loose from Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. I might have mentioned that in a previous episode. Like I said, I don't make it a point to remember. Level 4. See, I don't understand that. Seems like at this point you shouldn't be seeing anything lower than level 10.
Buy a first aid kit and you won't regret it.
Blues and purples. Dig it. Type 4 barrel. Probably my favorite. Mostly because it's the coolest looking barrel. Type 3 scope.
Ain't like that?
I noticed that this does not yield consistent effects.
Step right up.
It gets sold. It's a blue label with a ×3 elemental effect. And it fails to yield consistent performance. I'm not concerned with wasting money because I can always just farm the beginning area of whatchamacallit, Secret Armory. That's pretty good for a white. Oh, glorious. The only thing that would make this better, it has a Type 5 barrel. What would make it even better, though, is a Type 4 cylinder. And no scope, just plain rifle sights. Rifle sights on a shotgun are a step up from the standard bead sight. But that doesn't really apply to this game. In this game, there is no bead sight. All shotguns have. I mean, the iron sight, the type of iron sights on all shotguns is rifle sights, which is good. And then a step up from that would be a peep sight. And no, a reflex sight is not necessarily a step up from that. That's just personal preference. What does this have? A 3.6 power scope. 3 power scope. Scope power on a shotgun doesn't concern me too much. I'm more concerned with, if I'm going to use a scoped shotgun, I'm more concerned with the shape of its aperture. And I definitely prefer the rectangular one. But still, this is my first level 19 piece of equipment. So I've got to use it. And I've got to get some good use.
That hurt.
I like the way they say hilarious. Magic is hilarious. Who run Bartertown, bitch? Looks like I'm finding lesser quality variants of weapons that I already have. Scoped rifle, yet it doesn't have a scope, it has a reflex sight. I've probably pointed that out already. Should have aimed slightly to the side with my first shot. I do think I prefer the Hyperion. But I do like this Atlas. Never noticed that before.
Take a gander here.
Dulcimer. That name reminds me of dulcimer, which is an instrument, a musical instrument. I never get sick of that. Never get tired of that. Never. Meat chunks. See how I'm aiming slightly off to the side, one side or the other.
You like that?
I must have forgotten to reload at some previous point. Switched weapons during battle and got caught up in the battle. Shotgun plus melee. That's what I'm all about. Regardless of which character I'm playing. Oh. Blade, but a type 1 barrel. Oh yeah, 9 pellets with a type 5 barrel. That's uncommon. I think it's uncommon on a combat shotgun. Only one? I was hoping for more. I was hoping for a whole horde. Level 5. Why? Oh, if I didn't already mention it, the med vendor back at the beginning of this place, sometimes you can find class mods there. Typically at the lowest,
So
level
you want me to
19.
share, huh?
A masher. Too bad it has a scope. I think level 15 shields, not including the shield that you get as a quest reward. Not shields, comms. Why am I saying shields? Class mods. That's what I mean. I think level 15, the lowest I've ever seen, not including the one you get as a quest reward. The one you get as your very first comm. Anyway, they don't become available until arid. No, until you reach the Doll Headland.
You didn't like that?
This would be so much more better without a scope. Without a scope. Why did it have to have a scope? Oh, look at that, a 3.7 power scope and a 3.6. I wonder if that's actually the way they really are. Nope. Those numbers are random. Because see, the 3.7 power scope actually has just a little bit less zoom than the 3.6. And what I'm looking at is that precipice right there. How much of it appears in my aperture off to the side. More of it being visible means less actual zoom. So I might get some use out of this masher just for fun, just because I love mashers, but I am most definitely going to sell it. It's level 13 anyway. I was expecting him to move a bit.
Feel it!
Bathe in the meat chunks.
that hurt?
I knew I'd miss that. Too many scoped weapons. See him jump, try to jump over, I don't know what. He looked like he had, might have had an Atlas machine gun. Actually, I think the machine guns that you see in the hands of the bandits, the ones that they don't actually drop, the generic looking ones that always seem to have a Type 2 barrel, they look like they have a Meteor motif to them. So just imagine what a Meteor machine gun would look like. I actually like at least the looks of the Type 2 machine gun barrel. It looks like an old school World War I or World War II sort of thing, with the vented barrel jacket.
You looking to get shot?
No, I'm looking to shoot. I'm getting shot because I wanted to see their heads pop. Still want to get my mitts on a level 16 penguin shoot. Probably won't find a level 19 Tor.
Grenade! Move! Run!
I wanted to jump over him and attack him kind of Bloodwing style, like you know I love to do. Kept pressing the jump key but wouldn't jump.
Get your ass gone!
Disgraceful on my part. I forget when and where I got fire.
Feel it!
That was a quest reward. I don't remember.
What? Didn't like that?
Satisfaction abounds.
Not really. Satisfaction is putting it strongly. But not a huge disappointment either, because I wasn't really expecting all that much to begin with. Take a swig of my nos here. Switching to the one that fires faster. Any ammo crates or any such things that I missed? Nope. Hey, that's something I've never seen this early on, a level 16 class mod. Yeah, it's for brick, but still, that's a first. I've never seen one lower than 19 in all these years. Oh, yes. This isn't a stomper. I will use a combination of this and this as my shield breakers, then a combination of these, even though this is going to be at pretty close range, for the damage dealers.
This one is a brute, and he has a powerful shield you will need to whittle down before you can hurt him. Don't let him touch you.
Must be bounty hunter. Sledge will punish you. Yeah!
My pound of flesh! It's time to...
Open.
It's
You can beat Sledge.
See? That pisses me off. That wouldn't have happened if the door had just opened when I needed it to open. This is what I hate about this boss. It's not Sledge himself, it's all of his piss ants that get in my way. turns what could be a fun boss battle into a tedious ordeal. Now, if I did do any damage to him, he's probably healed by now. I bet you almost anything. Once again, why does pressing the use key make me reload? That's not helpful. Open, 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 open.
Time to play! Time to play!
This has never happened before. That's useless. He is wearing a helmet. I'm glad he followed me out here. I've never gotten that to happen before. See what I did there? I separated him from his piss ants so that they wouldn't get in my way. I don't like this gun. It doesn't make sense. Why does it fire 2 shots automatically? I'd rather have control over that. 4.5. Terrible fire rate. That's even worse than the typical 4.9. But that's the one and only SNS handicap. It's only on their machine guns. And only their more common guns. And not the really good ones.
I bet you would like to know what that is. The vault is real. What you are holding is the key that opens it. One part of it, anyway.
Corporation, Crimson Lance, D Company, 3rd Starborn Brigade. I have just been informed that you have arrived on Pandora in search of the vault, and within minutes have started killing the locals and causing a disturbance. This planet is under the authority of the Atlas Corporation, and any Iridian artifacts found here are Atlas property. Possession of such property carries a stiff penalty. I invite you to turn yourself in at once to the nearest Lance outpost and surrender any information or artifacts in your possession. Consider this your one and only warning.
Time to play! Time to play!
I wonder where she comes from. There has to be a reason why she has a German accent, or Germanic accent.
There's no escaping, Mark!
Now, where should I put this? Nice. Come on, level 19 class mod.
If you need healing, step right up.
Well, it's a level 19 class mod. And a pretty good one, too. 4-line blue. Atlas even. But it's not one I can use. There's a pangolin shield I was hoping to find. I mean, it's not a good one.
Teach those lads guys a thing or two about firepower.
I've got these now, so I can sell this. In order to get back to Firestone quicker, I could teleport to Underdome and then just go right back to Firestone.
First aid kit.
Ah.
You won't regret it.
3-line blue. Level 15.
Want to make a bigger boom?
You've discovered a class modification unit. Class mods, as you humans call them, can be equipped to modify your skills and proficiencies.
I think I'll do that. I think Morty's first class mod
You just need to shoot more bullets.
is usually Survivor. At least that's what I've noticed tends to be the case
Crimson Lance got nothing on my weapons.
most often.
Get your meds here.
I'll keep the battle rifle. Sell the pounder. This pounder just isn't poundy enough. It needs a better body type, more power.
Get a gun that's as accurate as you are. If he took more than one shot, you weren't using injections.
Wait, how much is that?
SNS philosophy is tech plus ammo capacity equals I win.
I could go ahead and get it, but I don't know what level I need to reach in order to get the 4th tier. I typically just sell Sledge's shotgun because I don't really make use of it on Playthru-1 because at level 13 it's just good but not great. Still an SNS guy, listed as. Now how should I arrange these? I'm so accustomed to machine guns or combat rifles being a slot 3, or just having them in slot 3 and shotguns in slot 2. This is a bit different, but different from what I typically do, but I'll roll with it.
Spares no expense in making guns that excel in every area.
I'm dancing!
I'll drink to that. Busted up 9 toes and beat the hell out of Sledge? You're making a name for yourself in these parts. I already put into Pierce to give you clearance on through to the Doll Headland. You ought to be able to reach New Haven now. I'm not much for compliments, but you did fine.
This is always, I think, what Mordy gets as a reward on Playthru-1.
Greetings, traveler! New missions are available at the Firestone Bounty Board.
You got what you need, now scram.
Level 13 Pangolin Survivor Code. Two-line green.
There are new bounties available.
Is shooting bullets just not cool enough for you? Get a Maliwan and light some people on fire.
I'm going to do all of those quests before I leave for the Doll Headland. And the first one I do typically is scheming that sabotage. Sabotaging. Diabolical sabotaging, as Bugs Bunny would say.
But check me out.
And time to get some use out of this. It's a good pair of doll guns. Oh, if I had waited one more second, would have been 1337. I am going to quit and check my drive space. Look at all that gear.